Hello, everyone, and welcome to Advanced Computer Skills. So in this lesson, we will focus on Microsoft Excel, specifically on data analysis. I have already shared on the logical or data entry in Excel. I already shared the assignment, so each one of us should at least present the shared assignments on Friday. Okay, so I'll focus on data analysis. So I've already shared my screen. So this is my data analysis that I'll be working on just for demo purposes. So how do we analyze data in Microsoft Excel? So first thing first, this table supposed to be in a pivot table, or we give it some headings. So firstly, we highlight the table, and then we come to insert, and then on tables, you click on table, and then into this dialog box will pop up, and then make sure you tick in this checkbox where it says my table has headers. You check and then you click OK. So there we have it. Our table has headers. And then if you want to probably change the styles, you can go on conditional formatting, or this part here is the styles. You can change your table. So on data analysis, we already have this table and we want to analyze. And then again, we highlight our table, and then we come on insert. And then here on the first part where it says pivot table, on the table ribbon, and then you click on, when you click, you have these two options where it says from table range or from external data. So we can click from the table range, and then we already have the new working sheet or existing working sheets. So we click on, so when you click, you have this field. If you notice down here, we were only working in sheet 1. There is our field or our data set. And then now once you click on pivot table, it automatically opens sheet 2. So this is a new sheet. So on this other side, it just shows you, it's more of reports what we'll be doing in the pivot table or the fields that we'll be working on. And then on the right here, it basically shows you the fields that you have in your data set. So in our data set, we have date, region, product, and sales. So how do we analyze our data? So down here, we have these 4 fields where you can drag your specific field that you want to analyze from here. So we have the filter fields, we have the column, we have the rows, and the values. So the filter fields add fields to filter the entire report. So it will filter the entire report. With the column, probably you want your fields to appear as columns. So for example, we have, we want maybe the region field to appear in column and not the way it is. You notice from our normal tables data set here, this is our region fields, and then we have these data set that's inside the north, the south, southeast, east. So when we put these data sets in column, instead of these to flow in that vertical manner, they'll be in horizontal. So let me just quickly do a demo of that. So there, you put your cursor there and then you drag to your column. So this is what I was talking about. So we have the region field is flowing in that manner instead with the way it was. So again, you can have maybe your cells also dragged in the same fields. So again, it's how you want to analyze the data. What exactly do you want to see in your data sets? So what you have to do is just to drag these regions and paste them in any of the fields or how you want your fields to look like. So again, let's say the region in the filter row. So there we have it. It specifically brings out this. So if you click, it will show you all the fields that are there. So for example, you only wanted east and maybe north, or you can click multiple. So it gives you options to click as many options as you want. When you click that, you press OK, and then another field will pop up. So let's take that back. Probably want the date to be in the column. So on this date, maybe you want to see the product. You can also drag that in the row. So you can have a date within the same row. You have the date as well as the product. The date and the product, just like that. Probably we can also drag the product on the value here. So you will have the count of the product this side. So that's how you filter your table or you analyze your table. So you can work around this as many as you want. You just familiarize yourself with the pivot table. Again, you can also click as many fields as you want, depending on what you want to filter or what you want to analyze. So you can also have that. If you check down here, it's also analyzing for us. So if you wanted maybe, excuse me. If you wanted, you can also click on that. And then you can also go to the formatting table if you want to format it. Maybe you want maybe days with highest sales to give it a color, so you can work with that. So you have in the same home tab, you have formatting. So let me just do that. So in the home tab, you have styles right here, and then you can click on how you want your values to appear. Again, probably if you want to maybe add percentages, or maybe it's you want to separate them with commas. On the same home tab, there's this number ribbon where you can change that. So you can click maybe on the $sign. If you check, it has changed. Again, if probably you don't want the $sign, you can click on the down arrow and then it will give you options. There's also more accounting formats that you can choose. If you probably want to see it in percentages, just click on that, and then to do the math for you. If you probably want to separate it with commas, there you have it. And then if you probably want to put them in, maybe you don't want to add decimal points, on the same numbers you can reduce, and there you don't have it, or you can add as many decimal places as you want. So that's how you work with those numbers. Okay, so on the cells, you can as well highlight, then you right click. When you right click, you have this dialog box that will pop up, and then go on summarized by. When you click there, this another box will pop up. So this gives you more options of how you want to summarize, or how the value of that field is. Do you want to maybe add, which is the sum, or do you just want to count, or do you want to find the average of your data sets, or is it the sum, or the maximum? There's also the minimum value as well as the product. So if we probably wanted maybe just to count, so it will count for us. And then on the grand total, we have 5 products down here. Again, if maybe we wanted to do some, to find maybe the average of the products that we have with the sales, again, you click on summarized by, and then this last box will pop, and then you click on average. So down here, we have the average. Again, you can, so you can work with that as you want. So let's put it back to the sum. Okay. And if you want to group your work or your data sets, you can as well maybe highlight that. We highlight, then right click. We can go on, there's also, oh, there's more options on show values as. So you can, do you want maybe a grand total or just a column? So there's more options to your math. Again, if you want to sort your table, there's the sort, but again, you can work with that later. Okay. So this is how you work with the pivot table. We also have the pivot charts. So let's just go and insert. Or on the same table, we can as well highlight it. Okay. So we have on the instance tab, when you click, when it opens, you can go on the charts. So in the charts, we have all these visualization, how our data, how we can represent our data. And then there's also pivot charts this side. So if you click, it will give us options to how we want our data set to be. So is it the F, is it the line or the column, or is it the pie, is it the bar chart, is it the area? So assuming we're working with the pie, again, you can select the kind of pie chart that you want. So if we choose that, it has already analyzed for us. So if you check, there's January, let's say okay. Okay, move it a bit aside. So we have our dates plus our product. So again, if you want to choose, if we don't want, let's say, we remove the product. So we only have the sales. Let's add in maybe the region and the values. So we have some of the sales, count of region, the dates besides. So if you click on dates, you can also erase some of the dates that you don't want your data sets to have, or your pivot chart to have. When you select, you can press OK. So if you noticed, some of the fields have been erased. Yeah, so that's how you work with the pie chart, the pivot charts rather. So it's the same as it's the same with the charts, but this one is just like it's already it automatically does things for us. Okay. Let's maybe go back to our normal state. So if probably we didn't want to work with pivot charts, again, we can just go on instance. You have these data sets that you can choose from. It works almost the same thing. Again, if you want to probably fill the data, we want to sort maybe from largest to lowest, or lowest to largest. So we can go on okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I was saying, if you want to sort your data maybe from largest to lowest, or lowest to largest, we can go to the data table or data tab. With the data tab, select or find where it says sort and filter. With the sort and filter, you have these two options here. Do you want your data to be maybe from lowest to highest, or do you want it to be from highest to lowest? There's also many options on how you want your data set to be flowing. Okay, says we have to select. So again, so if we probably select sales field like that, and then we come to sorting, you notice we have the 600 that is from lowest to highest. If you probably want from highest to lowest, click on that. There we have. If you want, you can also customize it. Is it just the cells that you want, or probably is it the product, or is it the region? So again, maybe is it by dates? So if we say region, and then from Z to A, we press OK, and there you have it. With region, it's starting from west up to east. So that's how you work around with filtering. Okay, so this was basically what we planned to do or to look at. This was just a simple lecture. And then in our next lecture, we'll look at database, how we can store information that we have analyzed, or what are some of the tools that we can use to store information. So again, if you have any questions or any concern, queries, you can come through using my my contact. Most of us, we have it. So this is bye for now. See you in the next class.